Murray Shaw of Tauranga company Prolan is one of those adding value to wool grease, also known as lanolin.
The business is about taking wool grease or wool from the back of the sheep, and we blend that with natural oils and make industrial lubricants, rust inhibitors and anti-seize greases are the three main products that we make. Julie's father was a sheep and beef farmer. He was looking along for something else to start up, and he involved Julie and I, and we all believed in the clean, green, environmentally friendly thing, so we felt that the wool grease was a good start. I'm an engineer background myself, and I could see the advantages on these clean, green products. In this day and age, a lot of the heavy industry type greases and anti-seizers, they're all carcinogenic and quite hard on the body as much as the environment, so we're trying to just work our way around that and make it a bit more friendlier. We sell to agricultural industry, we sell it to farmers for quad bikes and equipment around the farm. We also sell it to marine dealers for boats, trailers, guys with quad bikes on beaches, and then we also sell it into the engineering sector as a grease anti-seize, a natural one. It's particularly good on stainless steel products as well. The good thing about it is we're selling into different market sectors, and you get to meet all sorts of different types of people and businesses. I find that quite exciting as well, seeing what other people are doing out there and how we can help them solve their problems. When the Rena came aground on the rocks out there, they were looking for something to put on the cranes that were going to stop all the rust and corrosion on them. Well, they're out there for 12 months pulling up the bits of the shipwreck, and yeah, we could spray and coat it and gave them a good solution. When they shear the sheep, they take the wool off, and then they go and clean it at the wool scours, and they take the grease out of it before they put it into yarns. Generally that grease is refined even further and put into all your soaps and cosmetics and hand creams. We take more of an industrial grade of that. If you think of a shearer, every time he's shearing, his hands and knees and everything get nice and soft, that's the lanolin doing that. The scouring process is mainly a hot wash with a few chemicals in it to make the lanolin free off the wool, and then it's centrifuged and washed, and we basically get this grease that comes in the drums here. It comes in pretty much as a raw wool grease. The first thing we do is keep the quality control happening, so we certified the drum. These drums are all traced for the Ministry of Primary Industries. We're a certified export premise. Once they've been labelled, they're heated, and then we start to blend it inside these vats here. These vats have all got heating elements in it, so we put it into these vats and we blend it with natural oils at that point. There are other additives in it as well, but they're just very small percentages. The biggest challenge that we have working with the wool grease is its temperature reliance. So on a freezing cold morning, it actually just about goes solid, and on a hot day, it almost goes liquid like a honey. To get around that, we've actually done some research with the Ministry of Primary Industries or Callaghan Innovation. This here is the finished product of our anti-seize grease. Pretty much it's this wool grease. You can see it's very similar, and it's been blended with some natural food grade oils. We actually sent this stuff over to Scandinavia. We've set up a distribution agreement over there. What happens is we sent it over there, and within about 2 or 3 months he realised that the cold temperatures were making it saleable as bricks rather than as anti-seize grease. So we ended up bringing all the product back, and we did some research with Ag Research, Locust Research, Callaghan Innovation for the funding, and we developed a softer grease that would withstand cooler temperatures. We were aiming for 0 degrees Celsius. We got it down to about 5, whereas before that it was freezing at about 10 to 12 degrees Celsius. So it was a reasonable achievement. He also had troubles with the odour in it. We also blended it with a natural scent so that that would take the strong sheep odour out of the natural grease. The Europeans are a little bit more conscientious about environmentally friendly products. I think they're ahead of New Zealand in some respects, and so they like these very natural, easy to use, friendly products. Generally a farm bike running around in the dairy industry with all the muck and everything going around these wishbones and that, they'll rust out within 5 years, some of them, if they haven't had any cleaning. They can use this product here, the lanolin, and all they need to do is just spray it on, leave it there for 9 to 12 months before they give it another coat. The cow muck will go around the outside, but in the meantime it won't be rusting underneath. They can water blast their bike and it still won't take the product off. That's how well it sticks. So instead of having this, they'll actually have a nice clean frame. Very good for around the back of your boat trailers. These days, a modern boat trailer, the trailers rust out within 3 to 5 years, some of them, depending on the grade of steel they're putting in. One coat, and you can double the life if you coated it every year. We've got a local commercial dealer down here at Hawkins Marine. He does a lot of the work on the cray boats and stuff like that. He's put it all through their jet units, on all the pins and the bushes, around the electrical connections. Yeah, and it can also stop the oxidation and corrosion that you get inside the hull. In Scandinavia, that's been operating for about 4 or 5 years now, and it's looking like that market could potentially double in the next 12 months to 2 years. And we've also just set up a market that's going to head into China. We've sent the initial sample shipment across 2 months ago, and that's looking like a pretty exciting opportunity as well.